Don't let me leave, Murph. Don't let me leave, Murph. No! 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 No!
What's the difference between this and this?
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door!
In both the Tesseract sequence of Interstellar and the Hold the Door revelation of Game of Thrones, the linear progression of time is completely suspended. It is replaced by a recursive structure, a bootstrap paradox, where the protagonist acts as the unseen architect of their own present reality, ensuring the very conditions of their own existence. The ultimate tragedy of the time traveler is the discovery that they are not manipulating a malleable stream of time, but navigating a fixed canyon where the past is already written. To understand the mechanical execution of these causal loops, we must establish the precise sequence of events occurring immediately prior to the temporal connection. In Interstellar, the sequence is preceded by Cooper plunging his spacecraft directly into the singularity of the black hole Gargantua. As he falls into the singularity, he is scooped out of the black hole and placed into the physical apparatus of the Tesseract. In Game of Thrones, the sequence is preceded by the Night King's army breaching the Three-Eyed Raven's cave in the present. Concurrently, Bran Stark is mentally trapped within a green sight vision, observing a young Wylis in the courtyards of Winterfell's past. Bran is completely unprepared for the extent of his powers as the violent siege unfolds around his physical body. The mechanical interactions within these scenes diverge significantly, contrasting clinical scientific intervention with chaotic magical trauma. Cooper finds himself in a massive, three-story physical set representing a five-dimensional reality. This known box is specifically modeled after Murphy's bedroom across every moment of its existence. Operating under severe panic, Bran initiates a biological and magical connection. He performs a catastrophic double warg, projecting his consciousness into the adult Hodor in the present, while remaining anchored in his vision of young Wylis in the past. Interstellar approaches this determinism through the hard science of higher dimensions, suggesting future humans, bulk beings, built the Tesseract. This presents an optimistic, problematic humanism where humanity is its own savior. Conversely, Game of Thrones relies on the high fantasy of the Weirwood net, presenting a nihilistic, ink is dry philosophy. Bran's green sight is not a gift, but a burden revealing the futility of resisting fate. The convergence of the Tesseract and the Weirwood Bridge reveals the devastating responsibility of the all-seeing eye. When a character gains the ability to perceive time as a multi-dimensional construct, they lose their individual agency and become an instrument of the timeline itself. A significant thematic element of the Tesseract sequence is the role of love
Don't go, you idiot! Don't go!
as a quantifiable navigational force. Dr. Amelia Brand, earlier in the film, suggests that love might be an artifact of a higher dimension that we can't consciously perceive.
Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
And the Tesseract provides a structural validation of this theory. While the bulk beings can manipulate gravity and space, they are unable to locate the specific moment in time that would lead to humanity's salvation because they do not have a personal connection to Murph. Cooper's love for his daughter acts as the bridge, or the frequency that allows him to find the right point in the infinite maze of the Tesseract. It is his connection to her that allows him to navigate the museum of moments and select the specific time frame where she will notice the gravitational anomalies. This recontextualizes love from a simple emotion to a higher dimensional tool for survival, demonstrating that the human bond is as critical to the mission as the science of the black hole itself. Unlike the optimistic humanism of Interstellar, where future humans save themselves through advanced technology, The Hodor revelation is a bleak and cynical moment that highlights the high cost of the struggle against the others. Hodor did not choose to sacrifice himself. He was murdered by Bran's inadvertent misuse of power, forced into a destiny of servitude that culminated in a grisly death. The sound design is perhaps the most famous aspect of the scene, as the command, "Hold the door," is slurred and transformed through layers of audio into the word Hodor. This linguistic evolution serves as a masterclass in audiovisual storytelling, effectively bridging the gap between the two timelines and providing a clear, heartbreaking explanation for a mystery that had persisted since the show's beginning. Christopher Nolan, known for his commitment to practical effects, avoided the use of green screens for the Tesseract sequence. Production designer Nathan Crowley built a massive 3-story physical set that allowed Matthew McConaughey to interact with real walls and structures. To depict the multi-dimensional nature of time, up to 16 projectors were used to cast dynamic animation patterns and flickering lighting onto the set, representing the world lines, or the threads of light weaving through time. While the mechanics of the scenes are different, they share deep thematic commonalities regarding the nature of the Chosen One and the cost of saving the world. This creates a shared theme of haunted history, where the characters are victims of their own future actions. Cooper is forced to watch his past self leave for a journey that will cost him decades of his life, while Bran is forced to witness the destruction of a friend's mind to ensure his own survival. The driving motivation for both sacrifices is a profound sense of love, though it manifests differently. In Interstellar, it is the fatherly love between Cooper and Murph that allows the communication to succeed where logic and science alone would fail. Cooper's sacrifice into the black hole is a deliberate choice made to save his daughter and humanity, fueled by a promise to come back. In Game of Thrones, the sacrifice is rooted in duty and loyalty, as Hodor remains fiercely loyal to Bran despite his mental limitations. However, the nobility of this sacrifice is complicated by Bran's agency. Hodor did not choose his fate in the same way Cooper did. While Cooper uses love to give his daughter a future, Bran uses Hodor's life as a tool for his own monstrous necessity, ensuring the survival of the three-eyed raven at the cost of the man who carried him. This serves as a commentary on the burden of knowledge. Once a character can see through time like a 5-dimensional being or a green seer, they lose the ability to act purely as individuals and become instruments of the timeline itself. The Tesseract sequence in Interstellar and the Hold the Door sequence in Game of Thrones stand as the definitive modern explorations of the temporal paradox. They are linked by their use of a spatial anchor, a bookshelf, and a door to make the abstract concepts of 4-dimensional space-time tangible for a human audience. While Cooper's journey is one of scientific salvation through the quantifiable force of love, and Bran's journey is one of mythic tragedy through the dry ink of fate, they both arrive at the same conclusion. The past is not behind us, but interwoven with our present and future in a tangled knot of causality. Through innovative cinematography, groundbreaking practical effects, and haunting sound design, these scenes have recontextualized their respective series, transforming them from linear adventures into complex meditations on destiny and the enduring power of the human spirit. Whether it is the ticking of a watch in a dust-filled bedroom or the slurring of a command in a snowy cave, the message remains the same. In a universe of infinite dimensions, the most powerful force is the connection we share with those we are destined to protect.